going on, traders? It's Ricky with TechBit Solutions. So for today's video, I'm going to be making kind of just a recap on the video that I made a couple days ago. And just because the quality was really bad when I was going live in Barcelona, Spain, I was at the airport. I tried to take advantage of the time. Everyone really liked about what I was talking about, but couldn't necessarily see what I was actually showing in my screen because it was so delayed and such bad quality. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to pre-record this and then upload this to get it to be the best quality for you guys. So I hope you guys enjoy, and what we're going to be talking about is how with the TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim platform I can set up the best penny stock scanner according to your own preference. I'm just going to show you on how I personally set mine up, what the pros and the cons are of it, and how I can adjust different things. So you simply go from charts, you go here to scan, and it's called Scan Hacker. A quick thing, I'm going to give you guys a rundown. So it says stock study. What that means is you click on add filter that adds, for stock. So that would be this one. Add filter for stock would be this one. And then add study filter would be adding this one. So the first one that I have set up is stock, the last price. I want it to be between 70 cents to $50. So it filters out the out of every stock within the stock market. It only focuses on stocks from 70 cents to $50. I could change this if I wanted to. I can focus on 90 cents to $50, or for there not to be any max or whatever it is that I want it to be. The reason I personally have it from 90 cents to $50 is because that meets my criteria for trading. And what I mean by that is I don't trade penny stocks that are less than $1 just because my success rate isn't as high when I do trade stocks that are less than $1. So I tend to focus majority of my trades on stocks from $1 to $1.15 or from $1 to $15. But overall, I just wanted to give it some room and go up to the $50 range for this video. Now the other ones can be the stock. I want the volume to be relatively a little bit higher. You can change this if you don't want it to be at 1,000. And that's per minute. So really comes down to what it is that you're trying to focus on. I can change that to 500. Just that if you're getting too many options, you might want to focus on stocks that see a little bit more volume. So let's go to 5,000 and then change that, and then the max, there won't be any max. Now this is going to be probably one of the most important ones. So we have the price range, we have the volume for the filter. Now we want to focus on what the real part of this whole scanner is going to be. And the primary reason that I use this specific scanner can be to scan for pre-market stocks that are gapping up. What I mean by that is, let me actually go to charts, and what I mean by gapping up is if we go to let's see, or actually let's just focus on stocks that were gapping up so we can actually just scan for them. So let's go to SFUN. So the reason, and again, this was based on yesterday, the reason that this one popped up was based on the previous change. It ended up gapping up. Usually what the scanner will do is if you perform the scan during pre-market hours, it will take the price change from the previous close. So it previously closed at on Thursday at $3.20. But let's say all of a sudden, during pre-market hours, so during this gray time, the volume is high, it's within the price range that you want it to be, and it's gapped up more than 4% because that's one of the filters that I have. So 4% or greater, meaning that the stock itself, instead of $3.20, it's gapped up to a 4% increase. So it's starting to trend upward. The reason that you want to scan for those type of stocks are because if they're momentum stocks or stocks that are seeing huge increases in price, if you're a momentum trader, it might be useful to actually find those stocks. So you can click on that. If you want it to be a little bit higher than 4%, then you can go to 5% or greater, and then you can go to include extended hours, or you could actually edit this and just put whatever time frame you want. So you can go up to a day or whatever it is that you want when it comes to scanning. And then I want to make sure that I only focus on 50 stocks. So in doing that from top to bottom, the one that I actually talked about on Friday was CHFS, and the reason that we talked about that one was because of the gap that it had during pre-market hours. So I performed the scan right before the market opened for you guys, and pretty much what it was telling me was that based on the previous close, when it closed on Thursday, when I performed the scan, it was on Friday during pre-market hours when I was at the airport, and based on the previous close, it closed at about let's just say $1.10. it gapped up, and when I was performing the scan, it was up more than 4%. So for a $1.10 stock, let's say it had to be up, like or 4 cents. And doing that, it only had to be up to like 114 to pop up in my scanner. But when I performed the scan, it was actually up to like more like the 120, 130 range. And in doing that, it popped up in our scan. We called out the stock within the TechBud Solutions group chat that, look, it's a stock that's trending. And in doing that, we, in a sense, set up a plan. Well, one of the biggest things is that we identified this to be a momentum stock. We understood that there was a resistance here around 160, meaning that that was a good sell point based on pre-market hours, and it had a good support here at 113. So we identified the support, the resistance, but we saw that it was trending upward. So understanding that, it really came down to the scan allowed us and exposed us to this opportunity that there was a stock that was trending up. It was getting close to or near the support, but then right as the market opened, it started trending up and then ended up hitting highs, at that 160 range, even a little bit higher, making highs nearly to, where it was before. And in doing that, from top to bottom, there's a lot of people within our group that were able to, truly benefit off of this scan, but it really came down to just having the proper scan criteria. And that's being able to like set up certain filters that can, in a sense, help you find these specific stocks. So again, it's a very simple scan, and it's more, again, for momentum trading or stocks that are actually trending. This is just some criteria that I set up, but you can add so much more. Something that I talked about on my previous video that was really bad quality was that I personally like chasing stocks that are red. So what I mean by that is during pre-market hours, if there's a good amount of stocks like there was a stock, I didn't necessarily scan for it, but it's one that was brought to my attention within the live stream, and it was FRED. And the reason that it was brought to my attention was because it had a huge drop. So it had a huge drop from $12.50 all the way down to this $9 support during pre-market hours, highs of about 10.19. We'll call the resistance highs of 10. And then it bounced at about $9. So once the market opened, again, I did this all within the live stream so you guys can see, and it ended up trending right back down. It had a pullback. So again, because of the previous low, I knew where the support was around $9. It ended up bouncing, and a lot of traders ended up buying at $9. And understanding that there was a previous resistance at $10 during pre-market hours, they ended up selling at $10. And in doing that, from $9 to $10, being able to make 10% plus of profit, solely based on the understanding that, look, this thing gapped all the way down from bottom, it gapped all the way down from $12.50 all the way down. These are called gappers. These are some things that I personally like to trade, because once you buy at the bounce, if it starts trending upward and it starts seeing a good amount of volume, it does very well usually. But again, it comes down to more of momentum trading, still sticking to the basics of understanding support, resistance, having a plan before actually jumping into your trades. And that's really just it. But the only reason that I believe some of the traders that shouted this one out were exposed to this opportunity was because you could, in a sense, scan for it. So instead of putting everything else could stay the same, so you still want to stick in the price range, you still want to make sure that the volume is a healthy amount of volume, but instead of the price change being 5% greater than what it previously closed at, so this is what this price change is, just in case you guys are having trouble finding the study, you guys go to price change, price performance, and then price changes right here. Once you guys have that set up, the reason I have close is because this is a pre-market scanner, so I want to know based on the previous close on how it's opening. Instead of putting 5% greater, I want to put 5% less, meaning that this will, in a sense, scan for stocks that are 5% less during pre-market hours at the time that I'm scanning than what they previously closed at. And in doing that, I can try to find stocks that, in a sense, are similar to FRED that bounce at the support and started trending back upward. And although they were down, because I was able to buy at the low point and sell them at the high point, there's a 10% profit margin. It comes down to identifying the potential, setting up a plan, and then sticking to it. But again, the best way to do that is to at least be exposed to the opportunity. And a lot of the times when people are asking, how do I grow my watch list? How do I find these trending stocks? What a lot of people end up using are these scanners that help them, in a sense, just expose them to the opportunity. But you want to make sure that you still stick to the basics of only trading stocks that you understand, never trading stocks based on anyone else's opinion, and always having a plan when it comes to buying and selling stocks. And what I mean by that is always understand the support, the resistance, and where your stop loss would be, in a sense that you want to make sure that you can manage your risk. And if you have to cut losses, understanding the importance of that. But that's really just it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm thinking that I went into a little bit more detail in this specific video just to make up for the inconvenience of the bad quality on this one. So I'll be deleting this one most likely. And that's really just it, guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will be making a video with one of my buddies. His name's Graham. He's a real estate investor. He became like a millionaire by age 26 years old. So I'll be making a video with him hopefully today. And it's going to be for the Making of the Millionaire series. So stay tuned for that, and if you guys can like and subscribe, we'd greatly appreciate it. Other than that, if you guys haven't done so already, you guys are more than welcome to join TechBot Solutions. The link is provided for you down in the description. Within the Facebook platform, we're a little bit over 20,000 members. With all the different platforms we have available in group chats, we're a little bit over 26,500 members worldwide. And again, the thing that we do best is we provide a supportive community for both new and experienced traders. Once you get accepted to the Facebook platform, again, you simply have to have a Facebook account, and it is all for free. You click here on the top pinned post, you click see more, and then all the links are provided for you right here to join the series of group chats that we have available. So make sure you read this, make sure you read the rules that we have and the terms and conditions. And if you guys ever want to search for something, anything in specific, just make sure you use the search bar right here, and it can guide you guys in the right direction. Can't thank you guys enough for everything that is that you guys do, and like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take care, guys.